Hi everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. I got another spring card for you today. We're going to use our cute little gnomes, and I'm going to warn you, this card is going to take a while. There are a lot of pieces. For the little flower pot, I used our wine barrel. And I'll show you how I did that in a minute. And then I used our random oval frame and random circle frame. I'm not going to use the frames themselves. I'm just going to cut them out and create this outline here. And then I wanted some wildflowers, but I discovered that I really didn't have many wildflowers, so I built my own. We have the forget-me-nots, but then I took our pussy willows and the hydrangeas and I used some of these leaves and made one flower. And then I took the carnation stems in the top of the wisteria and cut it off and kind of made a lavender flower. And then I used some random leaves from the Bette Manning dies. And I also have some baby's breath cut out. I don't know if we're going to use it or not, but I think I've showed you all the dies. Oh, except for our gnomes. We're going to use our gnomes too. Let's get started because this card's going to take a while. A lot of my pieces I already have all put together. If I could get them apart. Okay, here is where I took an A2 size piece and cut out the random circle frame. And I actually did that by accident because I was cutting out the random circle frame for something else, and all I had was a card base. So I just grabbed that and cut it out, and I thought, oh, I'm going to use that on a card. Okay, then I have another base that I inked with the blue Simon Hurley Remember Me ink. Then we're going to take some double-sided foam tape and find some. I'm just going to pop these pieces up with some foam tape. And of course, I wouldn't do it the easy way and use one piece going all the way across. Why would I do that? That's silly. That would actually mean I would have to measure. We all know that's not going to happen. I have some thinner foam tape here too, just so I can put something closer to those edges so it doesn't cave in. And I'm cutting it off screen again. I am sorry. It's hard to get used to the idea that I have to like hold my arms way out in front of me to do my videos. At some point I'll come up with a better setup, maybe. Okay. Now on this piece I also took my scissors and roughed up the edges. Take the backing off of all of these pieces of tape. Come on. I know some people use tweezers to get their backing off of their tape. I have not mastered that yet. If you can do that, then great for you. Okay, one more. There we go. Now you're just gonna line that up on your bottom base. And if it's hanging over a little bit, then that doesn't necessarily matter. You can just trim it up in the end. You could take your scissors and trim it if you wanted, or you could put it on a paper cutter. I'm just gonna trim it with my scissors quick, and I will go back and use the paper cutter later, because if I don't trim it now, those edges are gonna bother me the whole time I'm making the card. There we go. Sorry about the noisy teenager downstairs. Okay, let me show you how I made the barrel into a fun little planter. First, I cut several out, and let me show you how I make the third layer. I know I've showed you before, but I will take 3 pieces of paper and layer them, and then put them on my die, run it through, and then when it comes out, this is what you get. See that third layer, how it didn't cut through all the way? It leaves those little, and that's what I want for my little rings. And then the top layer I inked with 2 of the distressed ink colors. I think tea dye and walnut stain maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna just cut along that line right there. And I'm just doing this to show you because I already have one ready. Then this piece that comes off, I'm going to take it and turn it over and glue it on there just like that. And then these pieces I would take and I inked them gray, and I would cut them off and glue them on there. So you have something like that. And this one I put pop dots on. The others I did not, and I curved it a little bit, so if you wanted to pop it up too, just put a few flowers or something in it, that would be cute. But why use a few flowers when you can use all of these flowers? Actually, I didn't bring my flower tools out here, but I'm wondering if I could pop this barrel up a little too. Yes, I can. I mean, we really don't want to remake the barrel, right? You don't want to sit here and watch me do that. Just put some pop dots on there. I suppose I should show you how I made all the flowers, huh? Oh, like that. Look at how cute that is. Okay, I know I have way more than what I need here, but I took, and for this back piece, I only glued the bottom. I didn't glue the front of it, except this one seems to have been glued a little better. So, since that's done, let's just snip that off. I'm not going to glue these in, I'm just going to show you about how I arrange them. Okay, these forget-me-not stems, I just inked with blue and put touches of green on them for the little top parts. And I'm going to put 2 of those in there. Then I took some of the random leaves and inked them with Tim Holtz Distressed ink, maybe peeled paint. I don't know, I use so many ink colors on this that good luck guessing what I use. I would never be able to recreate the same exact colors. You just want a few leaves in there just to add some greenery. Okay. Now, as I said, I took the pussy willows and I inked them in green, cut out some of the little hydrangea petals, and inked those with what color is that? Tattered Rose, I think. I think it's Tattered Rose. I don't see it immediately right here, but anyway, and then I just glued some of the petals on. I'm gonna put maybe 3 or 4, 3, 2, something in here. It's not going to be exactly like I have it. I'm just giving you the idea, showing you how I built this. Now, this little lavender or wisteria is one of my favorites. I took the carnation stem, cut the carnation off of it, but left these leaves, and then just cut the tip of the wisteria off. We're gonna tuck a few of those in there. And just spread it. I put them in there and spread them out first and then go back and glue them so I know they're where I want them. Something like that. And this is the point that I would glue them. Then I took some of the mushrooms from our little gnomes and tucked those in there. Just like that. But again, we don't need that barrel because I already have this one pre-made. We're going to take the backs off of these and glue this down. Tell you, this card does take a while, but oh, it is so much fun. Probably because I like flower arranging. Before I did what I do now, I used to do wedding planning and flower arrangements. I think for me, doing these paper flowers is, I don't know, I haven't made a flower arrangement in a long time, so it might be about the same, but I think the paper flowers are more fun. You have a little more give to them. Okay. It would be cute if you just left it like that, but we're not going to, because we have these cute little gnome guys that we need to use. So let me show you how I got our cute little gnome. I don't know where all my pieces are. Here they are. Should I just build one? I was just going to tell you, but let's just build one. Okay, move those up. We got nothing but time, right? Okay. So, each gnome takes about 2 pieces. I inked the hat and the feet in blue. I'm going to cut these feet off because for this one I just want the shirt part. Cut his little beard off. Then I need, let's see, what color did I use? Probably the peeled paint. That's what it appears to be. I told you I used so much ink, I wouldn't be able to recreate this if I wanted to, with the exact colors anyway. Okay, his little shirt's green. Now I'm going to want his arms to pop up. So I'm going to take my scissors and just cut right along that line. That way his arms will pop up. Put a thinner pop dot behind it to ensure that the arms pop up. Like that. Okay, now this gets a little tricky because you're gonna, on the part with the blue hat and the blue legs, you're going to cut the hat off and you're going to keep the hat on this part. And I did that because I wanted it dimensional. So it looks like I used clear skies on his outfit. Let's try it and see. Oh yeah, that's clear skies. Okay, so I'm just gonna ink his hat up here, making sure I stay away from the beard because I want the the layer behind to be, in case any of it's showing, I want you to be able to see the blue. Now we're going to take this little beard part and glue it down. Put that back in there. These gnomes are fun to layer. Actually, I did not do that right. Somebody stop me. I popped his beard up to add a little more dimension again. Okay, there we go. Luckily that glue is not going to affect anything. It'll just be a little more adhesive. My pop dots don't want to stick to it because it's still wet and not dry yet, but they will stick once it dries. That's what I get for saying that glue's not going to affect anything, right? Okay. There he is. Let's get his little shirt glued on, and then we will do the hat, because I'm going to put another layer of pop dots on the hat. And I know you guys have seen me build the gnome before. That's why I wasn't going to build it all the way today, but what the heck, we have the extra pieces. Let's just go for it. Okay. Now remember, I have that pop dot on there so that his arms, where they're folded or they're crossed, they kind of pop up a little bit. We have this other hat. We're going to put a few of these thinner pop dots on there, maybe 1.5. I could have probably gotten away with 1. I'm going to have to cut this one in half though. I don't know if I have a pair of gloves to finish him off, because once again, I didn't intend on finishing him. So gloves I would have to add them later. The gloves I inked with the same blue as his outfit. Okay, layer that hat right on there. Just like that. Then you gotta add your little nose and your gloves. That's how I do the gnome. And for this slimline card, actually, no, for this card, I'm going to use the girl gnome. She was done the same with 2 different gnomes. I just cut pieces apart and layered them. I think I want the girl gnome on this and the boy on the slimline, just to mix it up a little bit. Okay, I have our hello words at, where did the hello words come off of? I can't remember what set hello words come out. Oh, the spring set. It says spring, flowers, showers, and hello. I'm going to put that right down in this corner and put her right there. I did, yep. She's going to need some pop dots behind her head, because you do have a few layers of, I already have one on her back, it looks like. Oh, you want to know what? The one on her back is to pop her arms up. That's what that's there for. See what happens when I make these cards and then wait a couple of weeks to make videos. I want her. Where are my other mushrooms? I need a mushroom behind her before I set her down. So let's put that mushroom right there. Put her right there. Then a small mushroom we're gonna put in front of her. I think the best part of this are these little mushrooms. They are so cute. Could even, let's take a pop dot and pop that mushroom up. Give it a little more dimension. Now we need one more big mushroom because I want to tuck one in here. And that one is definitely going to get some pop dots. Dimensionals, once again, whatever you call them. When I started out a long time ago, they were pop dots. Okay, pop that mushroom right up. Glue our hello word down. I'm gluing off screen again, and I'm not telling you what I'm doing. So it appears that you're just sitting there waiting in suspense. Okay, put our little hello right there. There's our card. One last thing, I need to go around the edges with my blue ink pad. You can either use the clear skies that you used on their outfits, or the gnomes outfits, or the Remember Me that was used in the background. There we go. Now we have a cute little boy and girl card. Oh, look at this. I do have some little gloves. Should I glue some gloves on him? Do I have two that are... Ooh, I have two that are blue. Okay. I know, I'm easily distracted, but we have gloves, so we got to get those down. Then I can make another complete card. There we go. Now he's just missing a nose. I'll put that nose on there later unless I find another one somewhere around here. Do I see one? Nope. Okay. Let's move on to our slimline version. This one I'm going to use our completed little boy gnome that I have there. And I already have our flowers put together. What's my time looking like? Wow, this card actually isn't taking as long as I thought it was going to. I'm going to curve that a little because I like that popped up. Where did I put? Right there. Lots of pop dots on it. Okay. Now I cut out two different, I used the random oval for this card, and I cut out two different settings because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I already inked this. I did not ink the background. So one, I can put the barrel down there, and then instead of saying doing the hello, we could do, what words do we have? Like for you by default, because that's the only word that I have right here. I thought I had a miss you word too. I think I would like to use miss you on this. Yes, right there. So you could do miss you, or this is the other part of the for you. It's the I'm here, and then on the inside you could do the for you. But I think I want something bigger. The second option is to do this more centered. Like that. Then you got your little gnome down here and all your mushrooms. But then I would do, I think, the hello up there. Something like that. I could even do a second one of the girl gnomes and put her down here. That way they're both on there. Nope. I like it better with the other oval. But since I have another gnome all ready to go and another flower pot that's just needs to be glued, maybe I could go back and use that later. I want it like this. So let's get some foam tape on it. And I'm almost to the end of that roll of foam tape, so let's pull this one out. Foam tape everywhere. I'm gonna have to ink my background quick because I did not do that. I think I was still debating on which frame to use. There just to keep it up. That's just an extra piece. Stick it right there. One right in the center, and then this is where we pull out our skinnier foam tape again to support that center just a little. And you don't have to use the foam tape, you could glue it directly down and not pop it up. But I just wouldn't be me if I wasn't using foam tape and pop dots. I like to make it a challenge to ship cards. Okay, I need to find my Send Girly Remember Me ink. I want to keep the backgrounds consistent, but I have a little cart here with all my inks on it. And where did the Remember Me go? Right there. I love this color. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so you really don't have to ink all of it, just probably from about there down. And I want the... You want to know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I did not use the Remember Me ink. Well, silly me. You want to know what I used? I used the Distressed. So let's find that color. Or should we just keep it Remember Me? That's what I used. I used the Salvage Patina. Okay, let's do this again. How many of you think I should actually write the ink colors down so I know? Nah, that would take all the fun out of it, wouldn't it? And it doesn't matter that I got ink on the back of this because this is just a panel. And when I went to send this out, if I ever did, I would glue it down to a base. So you'd never see that ink on the back of it. My off camera again. Okay, what do you think? Is that dark enough? Let's put this down and see. Yep. That is definitely the color that I used on the original. I've got a whole mess going on here, don't I? This is a messy card. I'm not sure if I should just stick with the one gnome on this card or I should make the girl gnome. I guess we won't know until I get everything turned over and in place, right? Because it's a big enough card, it could use both of them. Ignore the chicken girls out there again. They're just out there laying us some Easter eggs. Okay. And nobody stopped me. I put it on upside down. Once again, this is where I should have been doing a live, huh? Actually, I kind of like doing it like that because then the ink is getting on the edges of this oval, defining it a little bit more. See, happy accidents. Let's make sure we glue the flowers on the right way though. Okay, let's get our flowers in there before I make a mistake and put those on upside down. And I have lots of extra pieces to play with. Let's move this up a little so I'm on screen. Or we could just move the clipboard out of the way altogether. How about that? I don't want it to go too far because I'm going to need it to ink whatever words we decide on. I'm thinking the miss you words. Okay. You get that flower vase right in the center. Because there is more area to fill in here, I've got all these extra pieces. You could go back and add some extra pieces if you wanted. Actually, I don't have any baby's breath in here. Should I add some baby's breath into this one? I think so. More wildflowers, the better, right? These, I'm not going to add them right into the planner. I'm just going to make them appear like they are in the planner. Flower has a hold of that. There we go. You guys glued down? No, you're not stuck down. There we go. All right, do we have another baby's breath right there? There, that kind of fills in some of that area. Now let's just lift everything up so they're kind of... I don't want to glue any of these flowers down because I want them to just be free. Could even come back in here and put another... Nope, we're not going to. Quit trying to make more work for myself. I'm gonna keep the little gnome in the same spot, I think so. Let's put that mushroom right there. Put him there. There we go. Now, we need to, I'm just gonna set her here just in case. If I decided to put her on, where should we put her? Like right there? I don't think I want her on there. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to get my words down. Okay, so are we doing the miss you or the I'm here? Let's do the miss you. I have plenty of samples of the I'm here, not so much of the miss you. Now, for my words, I used, I do know this one, the crackling campfire, and I use that for the mushrooms also. The mushrooms, in case you were wondering how I did those, I actually took a little leaf. I don't have one, but any little piece of paper would do. I used a little leaf because I could fit it right up in there, and I slid it in there and inked around it, used it as a mask. I like this color. It's not like a bright red. It's more the, I don't know, the forest kind of mushroom red color to me anyway. Okay, there's our miss you word. Now we have all of these down here. What should I do up there? Or should I have put our little gnome up here? I don't like him up there. So he's definitely going to go down here. Let's glue him down right now. I'm not going to put pop dots on him because he's going to be over this barrel that already has pop dots on it. Have to dab him off. So we'll just glue him right to the barrel. I am going to put a pop dot on the back of this mushroom though. And glue the stem down. I'm just going to sit here and hold this for a minute. Now, that word looks kind of all alone up there. So what should I do with that? We have some greenery. You can, left over, we can put behind it. Oh boy, those chickens are jerks. I think they know they're being ignored, so they're just gonna get louder and louder. No. I think just this piece right here, because I can't just have this word up here, it just looks off. But if I put a few pieces behind it, like we have our few pieces of flowers sticking up that way and that, or should we put them more like going this way? Or is that too much? Okay, if I was going to use one flower, what should it be? Maybe I should use the baby's breath over here. Come on. If I had another one of those same leaves, it would probably be pretty perfect. I do have another one right there. Okay, let's see how this will look. Because I don't want too much, I just want something to add. Boy, you guys get to see me in full card making mode today. I am so indecisive when I'm actually making these cards. Okay, like that. Do we have enough mushrooms on this card now? What do you think? I don't know if I want that one down there, so I think, okay, never mind, it needs that one down there. So let's get this one down. I think I like the 2 leaves up there with 2 more mushrooms. Can you ever have enough mushrooms? Okay, we're gonna go with it. So how do we have this? Just like that. I think I should probably hurry up a little bit because I think my little kids are going to be off the bus very soon. And it just turns into chaos once they get off the bus. They're loud. I gotta. Okay. Probably not as loud as those chickens are being, but don't know why they're being so loud. I think they're mad. They think that they have to be fed all the time. And my teenager is out there cleaning out his car, so I think they're yelling at him because he's not giving them food, even though they've already been fed several times today. You don't want to cover up the miss you. That's better, I think. Yep. This is what we're going to go with. I like putting the pop dot just on the top of that mushroom and gluing the stem down. Just like that. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, look at that. I love it. Okay, let's remove all of my pieces off of there. There you go. There's 3 different cards using almost the same dies. The only difference is the words. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Now go try to make this card because it's a lot of fun. Have a great day.